Another key component in the construction of a truck is the electrical system. This electrical system, when you turn on the key, it activates a couple solenoids, which livens up anything that we've added to this truck. Your radios, your sirens, your emergency lighting, even your pump. We can set it up to where you can run your pump with the key on or the key off, depending on what you require to do. Another huge issue is the ground. We run a dedicated ground from the battery all the way into the electrical box. Then we take it out and individually parade it, daisy chain it to each deal. Okay, on a light, you have an electrical ground wire on each light. What I want to point out here, notice we drilled a hole right here. We didn't stick the screw through the hole, we set it on the back side of the hole and then welded the screw to it. What this gives you is the ability to put stainless steel against stainless steel and this nut between there. Also, we daisy chain the ground to every light in the truck. It just daisy chain from one to the next. So if you lose this ground wire off here, this light continuously operates. A ground will cause you 90% of your problem in an electrical system. So we dedicated ground all the way through, plus you don't get back feeds and everything else that cause crazy things that happens into electrical. We solder and heat shrink every joint exterior of the truck. It's soldered and heat shrunk and then loomed in. Here at Blanchat Manufacturing, we've put a lot of time, consideration, and thought into the cockpit of the driver and what's going on in this area here. Number one, say you get a remote control monitor up on your front end. We're going to remove one of the cup holders and mount the control item right here, your joystick right here, and mount the switches for the valves right in this area here. If on your sweep, we're going to mount the sweep over here on your left hand side to operate the sweeps off of it. Another key important, we still have this area for storage, such as your hazmat books or whatever. This also allows us to swing this up and out of the way, which gives us the third person, we can still carry him. We're keeping this area here clear. Access to the four-wheel drive is still real clean. If you have a console in here, it covers that up somewhat. You have to reach behind the console to shift this into gear. In the controls, the main disconnect to this truck is in the key. When we turn on the key, it livens up everything that has been installed on this truck. Our radios, sirens, anything that we have installed electrical on this truck. Also, it does not disconnect your ground, which does not mess with any of your computers on the vehicle. Another key feature is the driver. He does not lose any of his vision up here, and say he has to adjust his radio or turn it on or look at or whatever, he's not looking down at his radio. Say it was mounted down in his here and bringing my eyes down. My eyes are still fixed forward. I'm using my peripheral vision to adjust my radio. The controls to my siren is right up in here, okay? Or we move it, put the hands free and move it into the steering wheel. So the controls are now in the steering wheel. We're going to use the 4 factory switches provided by Ford in this particular model. These switches are fused. In order to get around the fusing of these switches, we're going to draw just 1/4 amp off each switch, which is going to activate a relay in our control panel. The first 3 switches are my emergency switches. The last switch is my work lights. The first switch is my wigwag, which activates my wigwag and my clears up ahead. The second switch is my upper zone, which activates my light bars and my back light bar. Third switch activates my lower zone, which is all the flashes in the lower part, the front and around the side. Also notice what the third switch did. It also activated my directional light bar. Also, if it's at night, we're going to turn on the 4th switch, which activates all our work lights. Or if it's in the daytime, we don't have to bother turning that switch on. We're also going to reach down here and we're going to turn on a directional light bar switch. What that does is it takes control of this directional light bar and puts it into your control so you can determine which way you're going to put your directional light bar, and it also controls your speed. You can bring it back and speed it up. or slow it down to what you want to have it. Also, when you're done and you don't want any emergency lighting on anymore, you shut everything down. Now notice the light bar is continually working, your directional light bar. It will continue working until you shut it off.